possible trigger would be anything into the mid-90s. That's the other one. Yeah, Aussie dollar confirmed to sell a few minutes ago. The trigger, my entry on that one, didn't ever get the pullback that we talked about earlier today, but the sell was at 70. It's at 67, but I think we just wait on this one here. I've got I've got about a 1% risk on these trades. Let me double check that. I've got 15 lots. 15 lots. That's $150 a pip. Pound dollar stop needs to be somewhere above 40. So let's say 20 pip stop on that one. The confirmation just is. So the euro dollar trade triggered. We saw a 79. We saw a 79 on the euro dollar right away. Gave me a really goofy confirmation. I really wanted to do it right when we put that trade on. But still looks good. It should still move lower, and we should see a move that takes it down to, well, I mean, this thing should go down to those. So right now we're short euro dollar at 86, short pound dollar at 420. Pound dollar's got all sorts of support that levels all into this ahead of that 46. It's just several different levels there. So we're in. Okay, as to stop losses, let me tell you the tightest possible stop you could put in. If you want to just get as tight as possible stop as you could, I'll tell you what the levels are. Good question. I say the tightest possible stop would be somewhere around 605. Pound dollar, what's the tightest possible stop that you could put in? It's going to be about a 40. So again, the tightest possible stop would be somewhere around 46.40. So we hit an 07, so we saw, I wanted to put a little bit of profit in. I actually look for a little bit lower. I was trying to get, thinking about getting a little bit off at 10 pips, but should still see some continued downside. So let me change that. Pound dollar stop, tightest possible stop would be, yeah, about 40. Euro dollar stop around 10. So I've got my stop on this euro dollar. I'm going to put it to around that 10 level now. I mean, if it hits a 10, this trade it's going to be done. So we've got some tight stops. Pound dollar hit an 07. Didn't quite hit that 77 level. So stops in place. Let's just hope this thing keeps going. Take profits when seen. You got 10 pips on the pound. Nothing wrong with putting a little bit in the bank. I haven't done that because I'm actually in with 30 lots. I've got enough risk on my book right now. I try to keep I want to try to keep it around 25 lots per trade, but I knew I was going to be getting possibly 2 calls on this one, so I thought let's just go 15. 08, yeah, all this 46 stuff to get through. So it should move lower, continue to hold. There goes Aussie dollar. That's the one I should have put on too, darn it. You know, that one was giving me, that one's at some support right now, but that sell came in at 70, now at 55. Should have done that one. But again, I saw about a 15 pip target, but my stop would have had to have been somewhere above the figure, so about 30 or so pip stop. But yeah, I think I think what we've got to set at current levels is sufficient. If it works, good. If it doesn't, hey, no big loss. We'll just make it up on the next one. So let's see, look at this right now. We got 95, pound dollar at 15. Our low on pound dollar has been 02. Couldn't break that 46 level. That's where it needs to go. Breaks that 46 and we're on our way. So we should get some offers ahead of 600 level on the euro dollar, make another move back down. Again, we're short at 86 with a very tight stop at 10. Original stop was at 30. But really, if we start seeing 10s, then there's a chance that we could see 30. So we'll just keep it like that. Aussie dollar confirmed a sell earlier that went about 15 pips and pulling back a little bit. Euro yen. Yeah, there's just, we've got too much going on down there at that support level. Targets are 77, not quite there. Pound dollar, I had a 46.09. We did see that. That was just a calculated level that we came up with off of the most recent rise in pound dollar. And then from there, it takes it down to around 45.90 and then really dropped to 45.60 area. So we have several levels. 09 has been achieved. The trades are calling for stops above 22 on euro dollar, even though I have mine adjusted at. The next stop on pound dollar would be above, forget that one. So we'll just keep it where they are. Back at entry now on pound dollar, euro dollar, we're down about 10 pips. Let's see, what was it, our last trade? Pound dollar trade yesterday. So what did we make on that trade? And we made, looks like about maybe about $5,000 on that trade. So we got some money to work with. Question, add? No, I wouldn't add to these trades right now. I mean, I think we're okay. Just stay where you are.
Government bond markets is largely on the heels of a report in financial press that foreign investors were beginning to cut yield holdings at a record pace ahead of election concerns regarding the upcoming election in May for the UK.
Taking its sweet time to do so, nice, and absorbing them. So this thing should move lower. We'll just continue to hold. A euro should follow along and stops in place. Take profits when you see some, put a little bit of money in the bank, and then keep some on for a runner. Should see it move down to around that 45.50 area, and maybe even more than that. And you just let some of this baby run. So I'm going to try to take a little bit of that. I know I'm leaving money on the table, but you know, if this goes and good, we get a good trade. So, you know, take you a little bit out. Nothing wrong with that. And, you know, then we'll let some go. So I took 10 lots off of my pound dollar. Yeah, I'm just going to let this thing go. Move stop to entry. And you know what? I've got some room now for some other trades. Euro dollar. My levels are 465 next on that. And we're still too close to put stop the entry on this one. I mean, we're only just a few pips up. I've got a lot of levels on this euro. I've been looking at the price action since that 461 low. But this pound dollar trade, I think we could see a move that could take this thing down to, certainly I think we see a 45.50 today. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And of course, I'm just beating myself up for closing out that September 2nd trade. Can't believe I did that. I mean, that thing was like a relative. It's been on my book so long, it's like, you know, it's like a family member now, or was. I can tell you what I saw at the time. So I'm just looking at this pound dollar and where it's next going to go. This thing really should go down to about this. We've got an ADR and we have a support that all comes in around that 45.50. I would look to carry some to that level. If it blows through there, this thing in the next few days is going to go down to around, well, I'm going to put a target. If we got real lucky in the next 2 days, I'm looking for about a 44.30 target. So that's what I'm going to put on here right now. I may adjust this. 44.30. Stop at entry. So if I can leave a runner on, my stop holds, and I see 44.30, I'm going to make more money on this runner than I did on the 10 lots I just covered for 30 pips. Okay, euro dollar. Let's look at this one now. I can see the problems with this one. I mean, they're just so clear to me. Okay, you know, it's got some levels at 65. We're still way too close to put stop in at entry. If you put 10 pips in or 10 lots in right now, so that means you cover some at, so if you cover some right now, there's just a lot of levels here on this one. That's just the problem. It's got all sorts of levels. If you cover some now, okay, you make about 15 pips, 10 pips, 15 pips, and then you could put your stop just above that break-even high. So I think I'm going to try to, what was the high we saw a while ago? After we got into the trade, it hit a high of 96. You know, that's probably not a bad thing to do. If it hit that level again, it may even go higher. I'm just looking at all the issues I have with this one. So I'm going to get some out maybe for about 15. I'm short. Where am I short? 86. Yeah, I had it there a second ago. I may take some out for 15 pips and then just move my entry to my break-even point on the trade. We'll let this one run. But I think this one here is going to be a little bit lagging. I'm just watching Euro Pound and some of the crosses. I would be real surprised at this point if this thing went much lower than those levels that I had mentioned. So, oh, I just had my 15 there. Hang on, what I do? Yeah, there we go. So I've got, oh, come on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a little bit off here. Darn it. I had it. There we go. Come on. Listen, we got a lot of month left, okay? But here's how I'm looking at this pound dollar trade. This runner may be a really good trade, but I want to get some money put in the bank on this one. Euro dollar, I don't like this trade as much. It's got too much wood on these levels. Pound dollars, you know, making new lows and has a chance to go down around. We may get lucky on this one and get a 40. I mean, we might get a 44 level on this one. So, but I'm looking at this euro dollar. I keep coming up with all these levels, much more so than on the. And here's how I'm finding them. I'm finding them with euro pound and euro yen. I'm watching the euro dollar pairs elsewhere on what they are hitting and how the market's reacting to it. And every time it hits one of these levels on euro yen or euro pound, then euro dollar responds. So I mean, it's definitely a euro dollar, broad euro dollar issue, and that's why this thing's just struggling like it is. I mean, it's going lower, but it's just not this dynamic move that I thought we were going to see early on. So I'm going to cover a little bit. I don't know why I had 15 pips here a second ago, and it just wouldn't let me do it. And then I'm going to put a little bit. I'm going to put a break even on the trade. Pound dollar, we hit at 48.47, and whack, that thing has dropped 50 pips just like that. You know, that's what this euro dollar should have done if it had confirmed when I said it was should have confirmed at 10:15 GMT. It didn't do that. So I'm going to take a little bit of this euro dollar off right here. Ooh, hang on a second. I had the wrong, almost close out the entire trade. So housing starts from Canada. Yeah, hang on. 65 is my next level. Maybe this thing's going to give me a little bit more than that. So I got 5 lots off at 15 pips. So let's go do the calculations on this. So I think I'll put my stop at 95 on this one now. I realize that's pretty tight, but that should keep us square on that trade. Dollar CAD just going. I'll take, if I get 550 on the euro, I'll be happy with that. So I've covered, so I've reduced my risk. And if we can start seeing some lower 60s, then I can go to break even. Well, let's see, 95, if I close some out now, I could keep 5 lots on. And again, I'm in with 15 lots on each trade. Okay, let's see, how much money I make there. All right, I made about, not a lot of money. 695 plus. Okay, so let's see, 5 lots divided by 50. So actually, that can't be right. 28 pips? Oh, wait, no. Gosh, I can go back 28 pips off my entry and still not lose money on this trade. So that's actually a pretty good position. So I'll put the stop on the euro dollar now at 05. So if I stop hits at 05, I still make money. There we go. I'll update that. So profits are guaranteed on all these trades now. No risk of loss, and we'll see if we can get something else called out.